Welcome to Tai Chi. Everybody ready? Let's warm up. Hands at your waist, turn your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Expand your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Waist exercise. Turn at the hips and waist to peek at the heel of your opposite foot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Airplane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get a good stretch. 7, 8, 9, 10. Touch toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Be careful. Shift your weight to the left foot. Good Tai Chi posture. Kick your right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kick your butt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Heisman, opening up your span, parallel feet, choose the right side, cross and sit on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shift weight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's okay to turn at your hips and waist, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Other side, short 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good Tai Chi posture. Dropping the shoulders, middle finger to the side seam, tucking your butt, hollowing out your chest. Done 10 points, straight up, chin slightly down, golden cockerel. Shift weight, spiral up, push down, pull up, okay? Other side. You listen to your body. I'm listening to mine ever so deliberately because I have a little ache in my left knee. Last set. Kicking out. 50-50, shift weight to the left, right hand on the outside, tucking those elbows, right foot coming up, kick out right. Down, shift weight right, left hand, left foot up, and out. Counterbalancing. Make sure that the back hand is countering your front hand. Last set. Holding our ball on a T stance, root down. Store that energy. Good Tai Chi posture. T stance, L stance, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot, root down, hold your ball for centering. L stance, move the ball, split the energy, go up the horse's mane. Sit back, sit down, pivot, hold your ball, root down, take an L, move that ball, split the energy up the horse's mane. Use your hips and waist, sit back, sit down, pivot, ball and T, turn the hips and waist, not a hand motion. Cloud hands in the 10 form. Sit back, sit down, pivot, 12 o'clock, pivot out, 9 o'clock, flip meet, close. 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, flip meet, open. 9 o'clock, only one thing happens. 3 o'clock, two things happen. Two things happen at 9. One thing happens at 3, shift weight at 12, up, golden cockerel. Down, shift weight, spiral down, push up. Semicircle, shift weight to the left, tuck the elbows, follow the kick. Shift weight to the right, left hand, left foot up, and out. Holding our ball on a T stance, we're going to step out to ward off. Pause, turn the hips and waist, reposition the hands. Hands go for the ride as you set it up correctly. And the magic and power of the hips and waist does its thing. Sit back, sit down, pivot, left hand on the bottom, T stance, out on an L, ward off. Turn the hips and waist as you grasp the bird's tail. Turn at the hips and waist to look back. Turn again to push the energy through. Separate and roll back and sit down. Spiral up. Lunge forward. Twist, twist, twist. Embrace. Move over. Rotate. Push them closer. Push them away. Drop the shoulders. Tuck the elbows. Flex the knees as we now close our form. Okay, coming forward on a Tai Chi walk, okay? Tai Chi walk coming forward, hands at your waist, good Tai Chi posture. Pivot on your right heel, walk in that direction. Take an L stance, turn the hips and waist, flatten out together, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, zigzag in that left direction. Straight away, turn the hips and waist, flatten down, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, zigzag to the right, walk in that direction, sit out your left heel on a straight away, turn the hips and waist, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, zigzag out, shift your weight, L, turn the hips and waist, bow, sit back, sit down, getting ready to hold our ball, twist out, right hand on the top, L stance, part the wild horse's mane. Sit back, sit down, pivot, out, hold your ball, straight away, part the wild horse's mane 2 times. Half step forward, hold your ball, spin the ball to the right, sit back on the back foot, watch the advancing hand, rock the front foot, set it up correctly. White crane spreads its wings. Drop the front foot, tuck the elbow in as you bisect the body, swirl back and look at the left hand that's higher all together. Ear, hand, heel, turn the hips and waist, brush knee 1. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, right hand higher, all together, set it up. Magic of brush knee. Brush knee is all done after doing 2. However, we're going to appear to do another brush knee on the left. Here we go. Sit back, sit down, pivot. This time the right hand is fisted while the left hand is higher. When we shift our weight, we're going to push down the left hand, bring up the right hand, then deflect, bring it in, parry, and then punch. Okay, that's our lesson for today. And beyond that, we're going to strip the guy off our arm, pull him down, and push him down. Then lunge forward. Okay, going on for a little bit more. Do you know how to pivot on your back or right heel? You know how to do that, and then we're going to have to do a pivot on the left or front foot, okay? And in the meantime, that right hand starts to create a hook. Pivot on the back, pivot on the front. Hook the back hand, shift the weight to the right foot or back foot. Come, make a T, turn that left hand across the face, push out, single whip. Okay, let's do it all. Half step forward, swirl the back hand, rock the front foot, weight on the back, play your lute. Repulsing of the monkey. Center the front hand, back hand rises up higher, opens to the ceiling. We're going to take a backwards Tai Chi walk. All together, ear, lift, toe, heel, pivot on the front ball of your foot to meet in the center, pull back, push forward. One more repulsing. Start with their toe, so the weight is on the toe, if anything, very little weight, to allow you to do several things. Ear, toe, lift, heel, meet as you pivot on the ball of your foot, draw back. This time we're going to pivot on our left heel, front foot, and we're going to pirouette on the back toe. And then I'm going to lose you because we're going to kick out with our right heel, and hold our ball and get ready for maiden. Okay, so we're going to have to really have eyes in the back of our heads. We're going to have 2 more sets of ears. We got to really, really be alert because we don't have those mirrors, and we know we're mostly right dominant, so that left is going to bother us. But again, it's going to bother us to a point where we're going to say, we're going to get it, but we've got to practice, got to retrain your body, okay? So far so good. We're kind of smiling. We know we're kind of goofy, and we're going to dig in and try to ungoofy ourselves, okay? So this time now, I want to really shore up the movements before we get into deflecting, okay? So deflecting comes rather early because we're taking away, we're only doing 2 brush knees, and then we're deflecting parry and punch, and then becomes a series of harder movement. So I want to get to that point, but I want to clarify all the stuff that's before that, okay? All right, this time now we're going to go forward again, because I think forward has a better viewing for you folks, okay? So we start with the clock wall. Good Tai Chi posture, tucking that butt, dropping the shoulders, thinking good thoughts. Shift weight to the right, 60, 70, 80, 90 on our toes, off the ground, open, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Rotate your hands, take a deep breath in as you elevate, drop the water using your core, flex down, make yourself small. Hold your ball without raising your shoulder on a T stance. Take it slowly. You're on a T, you're stepping out on a straightaway, and you're splitting your hands, and you're creating a bow stance to part the wild horse's mane. Then you say, do I look like my teacher? Say in the formation. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, shift your weight, hold your ball for better balance, out on your heel, turn the hips and waist, hands go for the ride. Last parting of the wild horse's mane. Bow stance. Half step. Hold your ball. You need the balance. Spin the ball to the right as you sit back on your back foot. Rock the front foot to its toe. Lift it off the ground. White crane spreads its wings. So weight on the back. You cannot be straight up like this. You've got to flex that left knee to hold your weight so that if I came by you, you can easily lift up that front foot. Okay? Now, you see that my elbow is exaggerated, it's coming out so that you could see it, but I want you to tuck it in. When you tuck it in, you are going to then bring it to the middle of your body. Okay? So here we are, white crane spreads its wings. As we're doing that, another thing happens. Our front foot sits to the sole. Because why? We're pulling all our weight and energy back to our back foot. Okay, so here we are. We're going to tuck the elbow. When we tuck the elbow, the front foot sits down. We're going to bisect to our dantian. Move that right hand, swirl back, left hand higher. Here we go. Lift up the front foot on its heel, multitask, set it up to brush your knee. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, right hand higher, all together. Heel, hand, ear, turn the hips and waist, brush your knee. That's the end of brush knee, and then we're going to create a deflect by almost starting a brush knee. So we're going to sit back, sit down. We're going to pivot out, left hand higher, right hand fisted. When you shift your weight, you're going to create an up and down motion. Down of the left, up with the right, deflect to the right, fist it, come across to parry, and then to punch. Strip the guy off of you, open your fingers, roll back. When you sit down, push him down. Then lunge forward. Okay, I'm gonna do that one again, so move back. Actually, when you get really good, then we can reverse and I can watch you, okay? Because no fear, every time you watch me and I never get to watch you, okay? So let's get really good so that we can get to that point. All right, starting from the clock wall, okay, getting all our practice, and practice trains our body and really strengthens us in our limbs and our mind. Good Tai Chi posture, commencing form, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 off the ground, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, rotate the hands. Take a deep breath in as we elevate, drop that water using your core, shoulder level, push down that water, tuck the elbows, flex the knees. Shift the weight to the right, hold the ball on a T stance. Part the wild horse's mane. Out and to the side, turn the hips and waist. 1. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, hold your ball, step out on a straightaway, move the hips and waist, part the wild horse's mane. 2. Half step, hold your ball, spin the ball to the right as you sit back on your back foot, watch that left hand go up, rock the front foot and set it on its toes, set it up correctly. White crane spreads its wings. Drop the front foot as you tuck the elbow in and bisect your body. Swirl back with the right hand, left hand higher, lift off the ground, ear, heel, hand, turn the hips and waist, brush knee. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, right hand higher, all together, ear, hand, heel, turn the hips and waist, brush knee. 2. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, left hand higher, right hand fisted, shift your weight, deflect with your right fist. Bring that fist in, bring the left hand to parry, then move the energy to punch. Strip the guy off of you, open the fingers, roll back and sit down, push him down. Then lunge forward. Pivot on the back, pivot on the front. Hook the right hand, T stance. Left hand across the face, L stance. Single whip. Okay? Let's try the sideways now, okay? So if you need to move to get better vision, move to your right, okay? Starting this way, still watching, still listening, still trying to get all those pieces together, okay, to make it one whole. Good Tai Chi posture, commencing form, shift weight to the right, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, open, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, rotate, deep breath, drop that water, shoulder level, make yourself small, push using your core, flex your knees. Hold your ball on a T stance, out on an L, part the wild horse's mane. 1. Sit back, sit down, zigzag out, hold your ball, straight away, split the energy. 2. Half step, hold your ball. Spin the ball as you sit back on your back foot. Watch the advancing left hand go up. Lift the front foot, place it on his toes. White crane spreads its wings. Tuck the elbow, drop the foot, bisect your body, swirl back, left hand higher, all together. Ear, hand, heel, turn the hips and waist, brush knee. 1. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, right hand higher, left hand to your shoulder, all together. Ear, hand, heel, turn the hips and waist, brush knee. 2. Sit back, sit down, pivot, left hand higher, right hand fisted, deflect to the right, bring it in as you parry, and then to punch. Strip the guy off of your arm, open your hand, roll back and push him down with your palms. Push him up, lunge forward. Okay? Come back, let's do front waist now, okay? So whatever you couldn't see on your sideways now, you're gonna see it again and then nail it down, okay? Clock wall, the Tai Chi posture, begin. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 off the ground, open, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, rotate, deep breath. Push down using your core, make yourself small. T-stance, hold your ball. Out and to the side, L stance. Use your hips and waist. Part the wild horse's mane, 1. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, ball for better balance. Straight away, move the energy, turn the hips and waist, 2. Half step forward, hold your ball. Spin the ball to the right, shift your weight to the back foot. Watch that advancing left hand on the toe of the front. Lift off the ground, set it up correctly. Drop the front foot, tuck the elbow as you bisect. Get ready to swirl back to look at the back hand that's higher. All together, multitask. Ear, hand, heel, turn the hips and waist. Brush knee 1. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, right hand higher, all together, 2, set it up to brush knee, 2. Sit back, sit down, pivot out, left hand higher, right hand fisted, shift your weight, deflect to the right with that fist, parry, and then punch. Strip the guy from your body, your arms, open the fingers, push him down with your palms, bring him up, lunge forward. Moving on, pivot on the back heel, pivot on the front heel, hook the right hand, bring a T-step, left hand across the face, step out on an L, push forward, single whip. Going on, half step, swirl, shift the weight, play your lute. After playing the lute, we repulse the monkey. Let's practice. Center the front hand, back hand higher, glancing at the back, open the front hand to the ceiling. The palms are catching that ball, all together, backwards. Ear, lift, toe, heel, zigzagging, so you're gonna pivot on the ball of your foot as you meet in the center, and draw back. Center, left hand higher, open, glancing at the back. Ready, ear, lift, toe, heel, pivot on the ball of your foot as you meet in the center, draw back. Okay, and now I'll go over this one, okay? But the front foot now, you're gonna pivot on the heel. Then you're gonna shift your weight and ground yourself on that left foot. And then you're gonna spin as if you're on the toe and you're doing something like an inside-out ball. You're on your toe, but the left foot has your energy. You're gonna spin out with your right heel and reposition your ball. Okay, and then you're ready for maiden. Okay, so good. I didn't lose too many of you. You really tried to follow, and that's the name of the game. Follow, using your core, using your mind that's strong, that probably receives information before you can apply it to your body. So this is what we did, or tried to do. So you will get to that point. So you can see that after deflect, parry, and punch, you're like almost at home stretch. You're about 3/4 the way. But to get to that point might be kind of a challenge, especially with after repulsing of the monkey. So you can see that if I say from repulsing of the monkey, and you know that repulsing of the monkey is like this in the 10 form, then all we need to do, if this is really clear on the upper body, then you can apply to the, then work on the feet position, okay? And yeah, repulsing of the monkey is very challenging because it requires a lot of strength. And we're kind of reluctant to do it because we're going backwards. We don't know what we're seeing. But if you can Tai Chi gives you the confidence that you can do almost anything as long as you understand what your body is capable of doing and what is not capable, and then what you can do to shore it up, to counterbalance or to support it. Okay.
Great effort, great effort. You know, it's a challenge to learn things a little different from what some of you have been doing. 10 form is pretty static. You sort of stay in one 6-foot square and you're safe. You don't have to move. So you're concentrating largely on just hand movements. Now you're moving and you're concentrating on feet movement and where are we going to? The next step that you will probably have to consider is how do you put both legs and hands and body together? Some of you are getting it, but a lot are just still saying, okay, we gotta do this sort of stuff. And the hands are doing what they did in the 10, fine, but they're not using what they learned yet to help you with moving about. But Tai Chi has the hints of almost everything is the ebb and flow. And you think of ebb and flow, it's not just forward and back. It's because you spin around and you do that sort of stuff. You basically, the ebb and flow is out and in, whether it's out and in or whether it's out and in. Okay, so, and the hands, although we teach the hands go for the ride, the hands and legs sometimes give you a hint. In Tai Chi, you have to shift weight, but if you just shift weight because you just do this, that's part of the deal. But if you say, where are we going? And the hands come out, and this says, hey, if we come in, we come central, we either got to go back out or go back in. So in this case, for instance, repulsing the monkey, the hand goes out. And when you're out, you're right at the middle here. And then when you come in, you're still in the middle because you brought the hands in, but you've already got the weight up here. You either got to drop back down, or in this case, we want to go that way. So when we go that way, we shift the weight. Okay? Same thing with, say, the weight crane. You're going up, and what does this tell you to do? It tells you we're going up and down. The balance is down the middle, but we're doing this, and we want to go put the leg up, see? So you up. Otherwise, what happens is the hand goes up, and then the leg goes up, but you've expended 2 efforts to do what you want in one shot. What Tai Chi is trying to do is get you into a position where you spend the least amount of effort staying in that position. And then it's teaching you strategies on how to move with, again, control and not maximum effort to get to the next stop. Okay, so try to remember that gravity is your friend. A lot of people are still sort of straight-legged. I don't know if I did it with this class, but stand like you are, straight-legged, and then bend your knees. Do it again. What do you feel in your legs next time? What's the difference when you drop down? You feel the difference? You feel like there's pressure in my legs and I'm down here? So that's the signal of your body telling you, hey, gravity is pulling, but when I do that, I'm a little more stable. And that's one of the reasons why we're down this way. But when you're moving, you're down. Down. You're dropping your knees so that you say, I'm going to make this insubstantial, substantial, because I bend my knees a little bit and the weight drops to that leg and I sort of let it go. So throughout your exercise, think about keeping your knees bent, and or think about how can you bend your knee. One way is you can do this, which is not so much what we want to do. We want to do here. You bend your knee to get from one place to the other. Try not to just slide straight-legged. Some people will go up, tonk. That's not what it is, see? You want to use it to get from here, and then you smoothly transition your weight. But so leg, hands, they work together. So as you do these exercises, you get the hint. You know, if you move a hand a certain way, you say, or a leg a certain way, what is that maneuver trying to give me a hint on what's coming on next?
Okay. Just out of curiosity, when we do our 16 movements, do you have trouble with your feet? Do your feet know what to do? So how many feel that their feet is pretty confident and they know what to do? The feet. Are the feet movements getting mixed up with the hand movements? Raise your hand. Yeah, I think they are. So what do? Keep it that way? No, you be smart. Be smarter. And concentrate on the feet alone when you practice. Just do feet, feet, feet until it's, really well of a routine for you. Then you say, okay, I think I can manage. My feet know what to do. And then you put your hands together and you will see that your hands really enhance, or your upper body enhances your lower. But up until that point, you don't know, up from down, so to speak. You don't know what's here and you don't know what's up here. You get, and the more, to me, the more in anything you do, the more mixed up or confused you are, it kind of snowballs. So you got to unsnowball that and then try to go from the base level and fix it up. All right, let's go back to practicing. Move back, give me 2 big steps back. We're going to come forward, we're going to do Tai Chi walk, and then we're going into the movements, okay? And not worry so much about the movements, but first make sure that our groundwork for our feet are really, really good. Okay? Hands at your waist, good Tai Chi posture. You can still drop those shoulders. You can still put your butt under and concave your chest. Okay, here we go. Pivot out with your right heel, zigzag. Firm down, root down. Heel on a straightaway. Turn the hips and waist, move that energy, flatten down, bow stance. Sit back, sit down on that imaginary. Twist out, walk in that zigzag. Shift your weight on a straightaway. Turn the hips and waist, move the energy, flatten down, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, zigzag out, shift weight, L, straight away, turn the hips and waist, bow. Sit back, sit down, pivot, zigzag, shift your weight, L, straight away, turn the hips and waist, move the energy, bow, okay? Adding some upper body movements now. Sit back, sit down. Left hand on the bottom, right hand on the top. holding your ball, out on the straightaway, turn the hips and waist, part the wild horse's mane. 1. Sit back, sit down, pivot zigzag, ball for better balance, straightaway heel, turn the hips and waist, final parting of the wild horse's mane. Half step forward as you form your ball. Spin the ball as you sit back on your back foot. Watch the advancing left hand go up as you rock the front foot. Lift it off the ground, place it down, set it up correctly. White crane spreads its wings. Weight on the back foot. Tuck the elbow in as you drop the front foot. Bisect the body to your dantian. Swirl back with your left hand higher. Set it up correctly and multitask. Ear, hand, heel, turn the hips and waist. Brush knee 1. Sit back, sit down, zigzag out. Right hand higher, all together. Ear, heel, hand, turn the hips and waist. Brush knee, final. Sit back, sit down, pivot out on a zigzag, fist the right hand, left hand higher. Do you look like me? Shift your weight to the forward foot, come down, come up, heel, swirl out to deflect. Bring that deflected fist in as you parry, and then come forward and punch. Strip the guy away, open the fingers, roll back and push him down. Come up, lunge forward. Okay? Can you turn like me? Turn like me, this way, okay? Pivot on your back foot, pivot on the front foot. Okay, do it again. We're in a bow stance, right? And your energy is in the middle, of course, but your hands are advanced as if to push the guy away. We're going to pivot on the back foot, and then we're going to pivot on the front foot. But the upper body matches the lower body naturally. Okay, here we go. Pivot on the back. You see that hand goes with your body. Pivot on the front, even goes a little further. At 3 o'clock, you're going to hook the hand, shift the weight, and create a T, while the left hand comes across the face, and turn the hips and waist. We want to get into an L stance. Out L, push forward, single whip. Okay, let's do it again. Left foot forward, right foot back, push out. We just finished whatever we finished, okay? We're going to pivot on the right heel, pivot on the left heel, hook, shift the weight, T. Your left hand is like across, is in the middle of your face. When you step out on an L, the hand comes together and then pushes out as you shift your weight. Let's see if we can do this again. Push forward. Okay, 2 hands. Okay, we're going to pivot on the back, pivot on the front, hook the hand, shift the weight, T stance, out L stance, turn the wrist, single whip. One more time, push out. Pivot on the back, pivot on the front, hook at 3, shift weight 12, out L, push forward, 9 o'clock. Getting better, push out, drop the shoulders. Pivot on the back, pivot on the front, hook, shift weight, T, across face, L, single whip. Okay, I'm going to get good so that I can watch you. Push out. Pivot on the back, pivot on the front. Hook, shift weight, 12. T, out, L, 9 o'clock. Push, single whip. Push out. Last one with me, and then I'm going to do it for me, okay? Don't worry. The hand now is too low. You got to put it up at eye level. just like how you part the wild horse's mane, eye level, okay? Pivot on the back, pivot on the front. Hook, shift weight T. Across face L, push out, single whip. Okay? Push out. Pivot on the back, pivot on the front. Hook at 3, T. Across your face, L, push out. Oh, so nice. Push out. 2 hands. Again, drill. Okay, and now I'm going to get particular. The fingers should be at eye level. So some of you have it too low. Okay, push out. Pivot on the back, pivot on the front. Hook at 3, across the face T, out L, push out. Then you look at your feet and you say, oh, I'm pretty good. I've got a good spacing. If you're not, then you're going to have to go out and to the side, okay? Push out, make a better one. Push out. Pivot on the back, pivot on the front, shift the weight T. Hook, out L, push, single whip. Push out. Pivot on the back, pivot on the front. Hook, T, across L, push out. Okay, good. 5 more minutes, okay? We get to do it forward and then move on to how to swirl the backhand, half step forward, swirl the backhand. All right, so we're at push out. Pivot on the back, pivot on the front, hook, shift weight T, across the face, step out on an L, single whip, okay? I'll go slowly. You're going to take a half step forward and you're going to swirl this hand, okay? Swirl, single whip. Half step forward, swirl the right hand, sit on the back foot, rock the front foot, play your lute, okay? Single whip. Half step forward, swirl that right hand, sit on the back, rock the front, play your lute. Okay, single whip. Half step, swirl that right hand, rock the front foot, weight on the back, single whip. Play your lute. Single whip. Half step, swirl, rock the front, play your lute. Okay, and then you set yourself up for repulsing of the monkey. Okay, so you know what, that last part, the last part is what we're going to probably work on a little bit more. The session is really ended, but I wanted to give you something more to challenge yourself. So you see that you get something and then we have to get it really well because we're going to push forward and get something, another movement in. Once you get this piece that I just went over, I guarantee you're going to say, wow, I'm glad I moved into the 16 because it's very, very pretty. Okay? Even for guys, it's really, really uplifting because your body does so many things so smoothly. And you're then amazed and impressed that you are teachable. Okay? So good job, as always. If anybody of you, any one of you want to stay for our next class, we're going to go over how to do serpent in the grass, okay? But it'll come in about, of course, after warm-ups, okay? Okay, see you next time.